It's story time!
Hello and welcome to the Storytime Podcast. This week we've got Jamie J. Carr.
Is it me?
Yeah. Where can people find you online?
They can find me on the internet if they search Jamie J. Carr.
Get that a bit closer to you there.
That's grand, lovely stuff. I'm in Clisare's house on a big beanbag.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's great.
It's where the magic happens.
It's not weird in a bad way.
It's so...
Is that the toaster?
Why did that stop now? Okay. Yeah, it's much more... I feel like people expect it to be a lot more impressive.
This is probably the best studio I've ever seen in my life.
Well, it's certainly the most efficient use of space.
Yeah, like them runners there that people can't see are amazing. Like, I know they're just a prop, but they really add to the sort of homely.
Yeah, it's
feel.
to make people believe I live here. You know what I mean?
And the seating is comfortable as well. Like, you don't feel awkward, on the beanbags. No, it's good.
So this week we thought that we would talk about life with one leg.
Life with one leg, yeah, which is a subject that not many people can talk about.
Have something to say about, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a subject that's slightly unique to me. Well, yep. I'm not saying I'm the only one-legged person. You get a lot of people there. I have one leg as well. You're fucking dirty prick. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today.
But yeah, it's actually really funny because I didn't know that about you. Because I was watching you online for ages, and until you made a video about it, I didn't know that about you.
Did you actually not?
No.
Well, it's not. Yeah, some people have. A lot of people do, because I kind of take the piss out of myself a lot on social media, one-legged jokes and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't realise as well, which is weird, because I don't really think about it though. So it's not something I'd like go up to someone and say, how are you? I've one leg there, what's the crack? I kind of just let people kind of figure it out for themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's amazing that you didn't know for yeah.
So you have stories for me?
I hope I do, yeah. I didn't want to pre-prepare too much. I kind of wanted to talk more real, because I've done some interviews about before, and I kind of had previously figured out what I was going to say, and it came across a bit like, too scripted, so
fair enough.
Wanted to
so you said you're happy for me to ask whatever.
Anything.
So I'm going to ask you the obvious nosy questions.
Go ahead, that's what I'm here for.
Why do you have one leg?
Why? Well, I decided I wanted one leg one day. No, I'm only messing. I was born with a birth defect.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, like, some people do think that I was born with a prosthetic leg that came out of the womb as well, but I got it after that. So when I was born though, the doctors actually told me that I'd never walk and stuff, because usually, if you're wearing a prosthetic leg, you kind of, if you have the knee joint, it's much easier to walk, like, not to say that people who have a knee and don't have the rest of their leg is any better. It's still tough and stuff for people, but I don't have the knee joint. I just have like a defect here. So, and it was fairly unique at the time, and doctors didn't really know how to describe it to my mother and stuff like that. But always from the start, and it's fitting actually, because it's Mother's Day, my mum was like to the doctors, no, we will walk, and I was fitted with my first, I should have brought it actually, I was fitted with my first prosthetic leg at the age of like 1.5.
Oh, so it's like tiny.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture, like, you can put it up on the...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's like, I still have it, it's like that size, and I used to like strap around my waist, and I was walking then, from 2.
So you've like learned from the start to walk. Oh wow, okay.
But then growing up from that age, like, every time I grew, I'd have to get a new leg. And it's not like a new pair of runners where you put them on your grand. Like, there's a lot of casting involved, and so it's basically, like, without sounding too dramatic, people who wear prosthetics will understand, it is like learning to walk every time you get a new leg. Like, now I'm in a comfortable position because I'm fully grown. Unless I start gaining weight heavily, then I'm a bit fucked.
You should be alright.
But growing up was kind of difficult in a way, because just as I got used to a leg and used to walking and playing football, bang, I'd have to get a new one. So you'd go through it like twice a year sometimes, depending on your growth. But I never thought it was weird, or I never felt different. Like, everybody around me always, you know, never made a big deal out of it, and I think that helps a lot. Like, if there's any parents that may be watching this and they're going through it with their kids, just don't sugarcoat them too much. Let them do what they want to do. Like, I grew up in Finglas, and I basically grew up on the streets. Like, it sounds a bit cliche saying that, but I did, because people nowadays, I think, can be too, you know, they get bubble wrapped a bit if they have a disability, which I think is the complete wrong thing to do. Like, I was just let do whatever
playing
I
football,
wanted. I played for a football team. I skateboarded. My parents bought me a skateboard. I had to beg them, but they were like, go on. Like, I done lots of crazy shit, but I think that helped me out, you know. And like, I dealt with people growing up that were, you know, mean to me and stuff, but it gave me this thick skin that I wouldn't change at all, because it's made me who I am, you know. Like, how am I trying to explain what I'm saying? Like, if you grow up and you're sugarcoated and people are just really nice to you, you'll never be able to
take it.
Yeah.
If someone turns around and
but
is
now,
not nice to you.
I think that has contributed to what I'm trying to do on YouTube and what I'm doing in media, and why I love it so much, you know, because I have thick skin and I'm able to deal with, you know, comments from people and stuff like that. So it's cool, like, yeah.
And I just suppose I don't know where to start.
Yeah,
really.
I kind of went on a tangent.
Was there any point, like, when you were growing up, where you, like, did you think everyone went through this when you were a kid, and then at some point you suddenly realised that not everyone had to get a new leg every while?
I think I would, like, the toughest part of me, it was like finding myself when I was a teenager, I'd say, because when you're growing up, like, you're not thinking about that, but then when it comes to, you know, getting girls down when you hit 13, 14, and you kind of say, oh shit, I am a bit different, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, this might actually affect how people think about me and stuff. So yeah, I can remember, like, when I was around 14, 15, like, I never felt depressed about it or sad about it, but I was like, shit, actually, yeah, this is something, you know, I am a bit different. So yeah, but growing up, like, primary school was the best time ever. Like, there was
because kids don't. And that's what I mean, like, because kids don't really understand that what they go through isn't what everyone goes through. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking, like, when you were a kid, did you just assume everyone had to get a new leg every 6 months, so it didn't bother you, like, or every? Yeah, well, no,
I don't know, actually. I didn't really even think about it.
Yeah, I think kids just don't think about it. Yeah,
like, I never looked at another kid and went, how come he has 2 legs and I don't, or anything like that, you know what I mean?
Probably never even noticed.
But it was weird when I was growing up, like I can bend me leg now, but when I was growing up there was no bend in it. Okay. So, like, when I was sitting down, I'd be in the cinema and my leg would be straight, and people would be like, how can you keep your leg straight for so long and not the other one? And you know, because they'd be just looking at me, my leg like that in the cinema. You know?
People trying to get past you to go to the bathroom, like, what a dick, he won't move.
Getting in the car and all, like, in the passenger seat, and I'm just like that for the whole journey, grand, like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's I mean, fire some more questions at me here. And
it's your right leg, is it?
It's me right leg, yeah.
So,
right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm with my mates I do that and say who's at the door. It's funny.
So it goes up to right there, is about halfway up your...
Yeah, the whole
all the way up to your hip?
Yeah, all the way up to the hip.
Wow.
And I take it off at night time to sleep.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
But actually I hit a proper milestone in my life recently. I was never insecure about my leg, but you know, on holidays, like when you're going swimming and shit, I never would get in the water, because it means that I'd have to take my leg off.
Oh, I get you, because I can't go in the water.
Yeah, because
Jesus, I've never even thought of that. Yeah.
So I used to, like, sit around the pool like a fucking creep, just looking at everyone having a great time, like, and I'd secretly want to get in the pool, but I was just, like, too insecure to even, like, I used to go, oh no, I just don't like swimming. You know, I don't like water, but I did. Yeah. But in the summer of last year, I, like, finally bit the bullet and, like, took my leg off and got in the water, and nobody cared, you know. It was all in my head. Like, everyone was just, like, swimming and doing their thing. Nobody even looked twice, you know. So that was a real good moment for me. So I'd recommend to anybody, if anybody has a similar sort of disability or anything, just go and do it. You know, people don't actually care as much as you do in your head. You know, I think sometimes people with disabilities can make a bigger deal of it in their own head than it actually is in reality, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
I totally know what you mean. I'm trying to think. Have you any stories to tell me that might help illustrate for people?
Illustrate what exactly? What?
I don't know your particular life experience.
Like I can give some advice to people who, but it's probably reiterating what I just said. You know, just be comfortable with yourself. Like, do you know that like cliche question, what would you tell yourself 10 years ago if you could meet yourself 10 years ago? What I would tell myself would be like, just be comfortable with who you are, you know? Like, I've never been happier than I was when I fully like began to just be comfortable with who I was, you know, and what I am, and no matter who we are, like I'm not a victim. Like, we all have things that we don't like about ourselves, and nobody is perfect, you know. People will find flaws in everybody and they'll get slagged over it, you know what I mean? So just be comfortable with people slagging you. It's you, and that's who you are, and just be happy, like, you know, just be happy with yourself, and just like don't give a fuck about what people say about you, because no matter what you do, you could be the biggest saint in the world and be the nicest person, and still people will always have bad stuff to say.
Everyone, somebody will have something to say.
So just like fuck it and do your thing.
And where did you grow up again?
I grew up in Finglas.
And was there junior discos in Finglas?
Junior discos, yes, there was actually.
How were they?
They were grand. They were a bit awkward though for me personally, because sometimes I'd like, you know, will you meet me mate sort of thing. And then they'd see my face, and I'm a good looking lad, like, so they'd be like, yeah, I'd meet him. So they'd come over and we'd, you know, start shifting or whatever, and then they'd rub up against my leg and they'd be like, what's that? And I didn't know how to deal with it, so I'd be like, oh, it's nothing there. It's just my phone, and you know what I mean? But thankfully no one was ever weird about it, like, you know. But yeah, well, I did have some awkward situations, like even in adulthood, you know. I'm not ashamed to talk about personal shit. Like, one time, like I was not seeing this girl, but I met her on a night out, and she asked me back to hers, and like usually before that would happen, like I'm not slut or that, and I've done this like once or twice, right?
Disclaimer.
Just in case like someone's watching going, when did he do that, you know, that kind of way. But yeah, I was looking, usually it'd come up in chat before that.
Just give her a warning. And
I'd have a little moment to say, just so she knows,
you're aware.
You don't mind, do you? Like, you know. But unfortunately that moment didn't arise, and I wasn't going to say no, like, just like I had a few drinks on me as well, but we won't get into that. And I got to the gaff then, and she was a bit drunk and I was a bit drunk, and like, how do I explain this without cringing? Like, I pulled me trousers and she was just like, you know, I could see like utter shock.
She's trying to control it. Like.
But she wasn't disgusted or like weird. Like,
no, she's surprised.
She was just like, what? And I can fully understand, like, because she wasn't expecting it. The big fucking steel leg hanging out, like. And then we kind of just like, I gave her a moment, so we didn't, because it was like in the throes of passion nearly, but we kind of just had to stop it then and
give
just
her
like
a second.
chill, and you know, we did the business in the end, but there was that weird
we got there in the end,
so stuff like that does happen to me a lot, like, but the more like I kind of express myself on social media, it kind of helps, because when I meet people, then they already know my story, they already know who I am, and they can take me for what I am or for what I am.
And there's no sort of, you don't feel the need to explain anything.
So things have gotten so much easier as I grew up, because kind of everybody in Finglas knows me, kind of, you know, not to say I'm deadly, but just the people who are in Finglas know who I am before, even if I don't know them really. So it makes it just so much easier. But I think that comes back to, again, being comfortable with yourself and being able to take the piss out of yourself and not hide anything, like, you know. So it gets easier. It's great.
You mentioned metal.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think I have a wooden leg.
I assumed. I don't know why. I assumed it would be wood.
I don't mind people, you know, slagging me, but when they say he's a wooden leg, it fucking pisses me off, because it's metal. There's no wood at all.
Why is that? Like, why are they all metal? I don't know why I assumed it would be wood.
It goes back to like pirates. People think I'm a fucking Captain Sparrow.
Well,
like,
okay, I didn't think like pirate wood, but I was thinking like, or like perspex, that kind of like real light. Because every time I see a video on Facebook that it's like this veteran has this really, and they can run around and stuff. It's always this real like
wood sort of thing. I think you're thinking of the top part would be. It looks like a bit like wood, but it's like. I don't know what material it is. It's not wood though.
Is it not?
No.
Okay.
But the main is like the metal bit. I'll show you, but I know people won't be able to see it, but they can see your reaction. I have this. This is really bad, right? When you get a prosthetic leg, they spend hours like putting foam on it to match this leg.
Oh, to match the size of it? Okay.
But I hate it. So
you ripped it all off?
So yeah, I do wreck it. Like I rip this off. This comes off. This is probably a bit weird for you, but I don't really give a shit. Like it's in bits because I rip it off. So that there it is there, like, you know, it's metal.
Wow, okay.
Does that look like wood to you?
No, it definitely doesn't look like wood to me.
Metal, alright.
But it's also that
so
makes
this is just a piece of foam. It's I should really throw this one out, but that's me, yeah. So there's no metal at all. I'll put this back on in a minute. Just leave it there.
Wow. So it's the metal is quite thin. It's like a rod. I guess I expected it to be the shape, but that's what the foam is.
Yeah, I'll send a picture when I get home so you can maybe put on the thing so people can understand what I'm talking about. So, yeah. But the people in ChoppA Hospital.
Well, you can't take that off.
I'm sorry for ripping it up. What's it?
yeah. Don't watch this. I mean,
because they watch some of the stuff I do and they'll be like, I only made that for you last week. Because ChoppA Hospital are great though. People come from all over Ireland to go to ChoppA Hospital, which is just on my doorstep in Finglas. I always love shouting them out because the work there they do is amazing, and I don't know how they put up with me because like you're supposed to ring up like 6 weeks in advance and say, look, I need to come on July whatever, but I just turn up on the day because I know everybody up there at this stage and they're just like, Jamie, alright, go on in to the fucking room there. You know, it's like when you get a puncture in your bike, you're going to the bike shop because sometimes this breaks.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'd be shitting going on holidays in case it breaks.
So how could it break?
Like, one time, it just... I was walking down the road and, like, not regularly, the people in ChoppA do great things. Hold on, I need to lock this for a sec. I have a little button there.
Where?
That's cool, isn't it? Yeah, not regularly, but one time I was walking down the road and just... See the way it locks like that?
Yeah.
I'd walk with it locked and it just unlocked.
So you'd walk with it locked straight so it doesn't bend?
Yeah, but that's only by choice. I could dramatically like
have the knee joint going.
But I'm more agile when it's locked. I can play football and cycle. Not when it's locked actually, I need to unlock the cycle. But I'm more like, I feel more balanced when I have it locked.
Yeah, and you're more in control,
with it straight. Yeah, but everyone's out, even the doctors are like, why don't you'd look so much better if you walked with it, you know, bending while you walked, but I like it like that. Yeah,
well, whatever is easiest for you, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't really give a shit how I look when I walk. You know what I mean? Oh, look at Jamie's walk. It's really lovely. Walk.
I got a comment on my YouTube channel recently. It was like, you walk like a man. And I was like, why should I don't care. So,
what does a man walk like?
Well, that's a good question. Apparently like me.
Yeah.
But I was like, am I supposed to be insulted by that? Or actually, like, ooh, no, not my walk.
I did actually notice that when you were walking in, but I didn't want to say that. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so hurt. Not my walk. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm only messing.
Right, so it's the bottom half is connected to the top half, and when you take it off, it comes off from the top.
Yeah, like the whole thing comes off from the top. So I have like a part that I wear underneath. I put that over the defect, and then I put the leg over that. So it's like sort of suction. Like a lot of people always say to me, like, how come it doesn't just fall off when you're walking, you know? But no, that doesn't happen.
And when you say defect, like, so when you were born, did they amputate it because of a defect, or did you come out?
No, I just came out like that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I should know there's a specific name for it, but it's like, do you know them names that have like a million letters and it's just nobody would even know what I'm talking about, and I don't know the name, to be honest. Actually, I only found out like the real medical like term for it about 2 years ago. Like, just because I wasn't arsed finding out.
Yeah, and as a kid, they wouldn't be like, so listen.
Yeah, you had some Oh, sound, thanks, pal. Cheers, thanks for that. You know. I
like your tattoo you've got there. It says "Gets over fear" there on your bicep.
Yeah, that's to remind myself that I'm strong. kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like sort of reminders, tattoos. So sometimes if I'm feeling shit, I'd kind of look at that and go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I am strong.
Is that a lion there in your left arm?
Yeah, that's sort of similar.
Nice,
similar sort of.
They kind of match. Yeah, that's really quite cool.
I got a fake leg tattooed on my leg.
Oh, no way.
But it's like, it's cotton all over the place. It's like biomechanical.
Oh, that's very cool. You'll have to give me a picture of that as well.
Yeah, there's one more to go. But the people in Pins and Needles actually, sorry, I sound like a fucking douche, gave me that for free. So, just because I'm doing it.
Shout out Pins and Needles, yeah.
But no, fair play to them, you know, it cost about 500 quid.
Yeah.
That much, you know.
That's class.
But I love that. That's my latest one. And this is my son's Harpy, which is, people love that one for some reason.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
I was going to say, actually, yeah, you have a little boy, don't you?
Yeah, 2 little boys.
You have 2 little boys?
I've more kids than legs, Claire.
Oh my god.
It's true.
Oh, brilliant. Why? Do you want to say their names, or do you want to keep that off the internet?
Yeah,
keep that off the internet. Yeah.
I don't. Not that I'm proud of them. I love them to bits, but I like to
give them their privacy until they're old enough to be on the
Alex and
internet.
Zach, I don't mind saying their name. They're great, you know. So, yeah, things are going. I have to start making money now.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, don't we all?
Because I'm finishing college now in a month or so, I want to start earning some proper money for that.
Yeah, that's mad. Alex, your son is the same name as my other half.
Oh yeah, shit, it's fate. That is.
And what ages are they?
Alex is 5 in April and Zach is 1.
Wow, he's 5.
Yeah. It happened very quick. They do. People always say that, like, oh, they grow up very fucking quick, but they do when they're like shit. You know what I mean? But it's gas. Alex refers to my leg as my robot leg. And only like last year, I think I said it in an interview before, but it was a really was a proper one of them sort of movie moments that you have in life. Alex was like in my room and he was crying, like out of nowhere, and I was like, why are you crying? And he was like, I just want to have a robot leg like you, Dad.
Aww.
Isn't that the sweetest thing ever?
So
and then
sweet.
I start crying, and then the 2 of us are just crying. And it was just fucking awkward, but beautiful at the same
that's
time.
lovely.
You know. So yeah, things are good.
So jealous.
Things are good. Yeah. He was like genuine. He was like crying because he didn't have a robot leg. You know, which is amazing.
So this tattoo that's his herpes, that's Alex's
That's
herpes.
Alex. Yeah, I have to get one for Zach.
And are you thinking the same thing or something different?
See, I like doing original tattoos.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have seen this tattoo and they're like, oh, you copied your man off fucking this and your man off that. And I'm like, I didn't even see these people with this. Like, I just randomly got this. You know?
And that's not meaning anything. Or anything,
there's no meaning to
that's
that.
cool.
Well, maybe there will be one day. Inventing me.
Yeah.
It sound kind of cooler. But there was like a hospital when the girl I'm seeing was in labour. For Zach, my youngest one, who was 1, there was like a tree outside the hospital because there was kind of like complications during labour.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I panic about everything, but she was grand overhead on whatever they give you, right? So I was like, oh shit. And then I looked out the window and there was just this tree there, but I still have a picture of it, like outside the rotunda. But it was like a perfect tree, and for some reason it was like, things are gonna be alright.
Yeah,
you know?
Something to fixate on, kind of calm you. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting that tree.
Yeah, that actually is nice.
But I don't know. I don't know. I would never just get like their names. I don't like them types of tattoos. I hope you don't have one.
No, not yet. No kids yet or tattoos.
Nothing wrong with people who do have them.
Oh yeah, it's just not for you.
Just not for me. Yeah.
So the heartbeat, actually, how did you get it to know what to tattoo?
What do you mean?
So like, did they print out like a picture of?
No, do you know when they hook up a heart monitor during labour to the girl, obviously, to get the heart monitor of the kid, and then it's constantly printing out the heartbeat. So I just took a picture of the heartbeat. Oh right, okay. Just showed it to the tattoo.
That's very clever. I never a million years would have thought to do that.
Yeah.
That's very clever.
I'm weird like that.
So that was actually even his heartbeat while he was in the womb.
Yeah, he was just about to come out. He
it's amazing.
He was getting ready to come out. He was packing his bags. He was in there, doing his makeup, and then he popped out, said hello. So yeah.
God, yeah. And I suppose they think your leg is totally normal again. Zach wants one of his own.
They wouldn't see anything different with it. Now I don't know if that's going to change as they get older. They'll start to realise, you know. But yeah, they're grand with it. You know, it's no bother. It's just daddy for them. So
yeah. What scares me is the idea of having 3 kids. It's when they outnumber the parents is where I get scared.
Yeah, I was thinking about like chopping my penis off at this stage. Just in case, you know. Might be a bit extreme. I probably could do something else. There's probably an operation you can get. I think there is actually.
And you have to go again though. You have to go again for the girl.
Yeah.
I'd say you've heard that a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know what to say to that. Not now anyway. not now. 2 is enough for now. So yeah. But they're great and I love them to bits. So yeah.
You're out playing football with them and everything.
Yeah. That's what we do. Volley the ball around the place. Now, yeah, I'm quite active. I do a lot. You know, that's one thing we do like to do would be go to the park and kick a football about. I'm pretty good at football. You might find it hard to believe, but I am.
I don't mind it.
When I was growing up, I was better than most of the lads. They're probably watching this going, "No, you fucking weird." I was better than most of the lads that were my age with 2 legs, you know. So
well,
I think
they're not here to defend themselves, so you were the best.
Yeah, I was really good. People used to call me David Beckham. Yeah, back in the day.
Oh god. I suppose will we ask people to leave questions down in the comments and
yeah, if there's anything else you want to know about me, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll have a look and comment back. And, check out what I'm doing on YouTube. Yes,
I was going to say please shout out all of your social media down. I'll put all the links down in the description, but shout out anything you want to plug now.
I think it's just Jamie J Carr, you know, Jamie Jay space CAR. Just search that into YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or Facebook and you'll find me there. I've some interesting projects coming up that people will be able to enjoy.
Anything you can share now, or is it all top secret?
I'm kind of doing something similar to yourself, like interviews with people as well that I find interesting and stuff, because I worked in radio for 3 years. So
yeah, that was the buzz with Jamie J. Carr, wasn't it? Yeah,
that's but that was great. That got me. It kind of taught me how to talk to people properly. Yeah. You know, so I love that sort of, you know, the way we're doing today. So if someone come to your gaff and
yes, yeah,
being able to kind of get their life story out of them or certain things that are personal to them, I kind of like that.
I quite like it as well actually, because before I would have only collabed really on sketches and it's very different. You can't so I like just coming and talking to someone and shooting shit
to it. And I think you grow a lot as a person when you're able to, you know, open your mind and listen to people. I think there's something special about, you know, being the human contact, the way we're sitting here beside each other now talking rather than through Messenger and stuff like that, and it helps you to grow. But I love that, so I'm going to be doing stuff like that. I've a lot of things on the cards, but I don't want to say too much yet in case they don't come to fruition.
Well, whatever you want me to put in the description, I'll put it in the description, and then deadly. We'll tweet it out. And
that's deadly, yeah. And it's been a pleasure to
thank you so much. As I say to everyone, thank you so much for coming all the way out. Poor Blaheen was very put out by how far out.
Where did she have to go?
Well, Blaheen lives in the city, so she had to come out here, and she was like, oh my god, are we still in Dublin? I was like, yes, we're still in Dublin, Blaheen. So yeah, thank you for coming all the way out to the suburbs.
Not a bother. Thanks for letting me into your house. Not many girls do that, so it's great to be here.
So check his links out in the description. Thanks to Butterbag for providing the seats in which we were sitting.
They're good and all. They're great. Buy loads of them. I'm getting 6 of them when I get home. I've been like this the whole time, like holding on for dear life. But they're great. No, they are fucking lovely.
That's me with my feet on the ground because I'm trying to stay grounded.
It's cool though.
Slide off otherwise.
I think I started the video over here, and then you'll see me over here at the end of the video, just trying to talk.
So subscribe to the podcast. It's on iTunes and Stitcher now, and we also have a Patreon. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you there.